Manchester United have won 2-1 against Aston Villa. Another massive victory for Manchester United and Ollie's Tricky Reds. We're loving it right now at Manchester United. You've got to love it if you're a United fan. 2-1 win, a dodgy penalty as well to get the 3 points. What's better than that? What is better than that? You can't ask for a better Friday night than that, really. Make sure if you are joining us as well, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. If K-Si's joined, 21 is near, says K-Si. Listen, a long way to go, but if we keep grinding out these sort of wins, who knows, mate? Who knows? But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And also, if you're watching as a video, get your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who is your man of the match? Who do you think had a monster game? And I can think of a few players that had a monster game, to be honest with you. But we'll get into that in just a second. I won't be live for as long as usual, so don't worry. I'm not going to bore you with my dulcet tones as usual. Kobe says 21 on the download. Yeah, a lot of you guys confident, obviously, after that win. A massive win for Manchester United, which sees Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side go level on points with Liverpool with a game in hand. Of course, Liverpool either playing tomorrow or the next day. I'm not too sure. They play Southampton. The 4th, they play it on the 4th, which is, of course, 3 days from now, against Southampton. So once they've played that, the game in hand will come back to us. And that game in hand, of course, is against Burnley. I'm not going to start previewing that because I want to dwell on this success, but that game is massive now. That Burnley game is absolutely huge. But it's great to be in this position. It really is great to be in this position as a Manchester United fan. And you just got to love it. You just got to lap it up, lads, because, you know, the last few seasons we've been suffering. We really have been suffering. So to have a bit of joy, to have a bit of, you know, just happiness as United fans, we've got to be happy about it. You just got to enjoy it while it lasts. Kyle's, thanks for watching. Kyle's TM, thanks for watching. He puts Man United. We are United, 100%, mate. We are United. Kobe says Grealish was phenomenal. Grealish was good. Grealish was very good tonight. Not good enough, unfortunately. Or fortunately, really. Not good enough for Jack. But I tell you what, Jack, come to Old Trafford. The weather's nice up here. Don't worry, don't worry. People lie about the weather in Manchester. It's much nicer than Birmingham. The prices are lower. Come to Old Trafford. We've got a lovely seat. We've got a lovely seat for you. Siri, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. I'll be with you in a second. Don't worry. And by the way, guys, he knows what that means. I'll be with you in a bit. Don't worry. But thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate it. And cheers to everyone for popping in as well. But as I said, I won't be live for too much, for too long this tonight. But let's just talk about it. Let's just get into it because I've been blabbering on a little bit. Obviously, Kobe thinks Grealish was phenomenal, but from a United point of view, you've got to look at a few players. Eric Bailly, for me, was outstanding. He was absolutely fantastic. You look at the goal-saving tackle he made in the 93rd minute, which really saved the day for us. And his performance overall was absolutely superb. And recently, he's been fantastic with that sort of stuff. He's been Harry Maguire's best partner there at the centre-back role. So for me, he's got to be up there for man of the match. Bruno Fernandes, of course, scoring the penalty as well, has to be looked at as man of the match candidate as well. I thought Paul Pogba was good today, and a lot of people have been slaying Paul Pogba, but I actually thought Pogba was good today as well. So for me, it's really between those three. Obviously, Martial got his goal, which was great to see. But I think out of the three candidates I would give you for man of the match, and from my point of view, would be Eric Bailly, Paul Pogba, and Bruno Fernandes. Those three did very well. But on a real, everyone did well, to be fair. Everyone did well. Everyone had a pretty good game today. Because Villa was a very cagey game. We all knew it was going to be difficult, and we went into it not wholly confident, but actually we did well. And Villa put up a very good fight. They did look threatening when they went forward, but we nullified them, and we nullified them effectively. So really happy with the way we defended, and really happy with the way we went forward. And as I said, guys, I said in the preview, if we are clinical in games, we will win because we create enough chances. And today, we actually weren't as clinical as maybe we'd hoped. We actually had quite a few more chances to beat them even heavier. But unfortunately, we didn't. Matthew and Danny, thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it, lads. Appreciate it. We've got a bit of a crew in here tonight. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Kobe says Matty Cash was good as well. Matty Cash was very good, Kobe. And K-Si says, bye, my guy. Yeah, bye was brilliant. Both of those were, I think, Matty Cash, I was talking to a Villa fan in the week, actually, And he did talk about Matty Cash, saying he was a fantastic purchase, a really, really good buy actually from Nottingham Forest for only £16 million. A really good purchase from Dean Smith and Aston Villa, and he's proven to be been very, very important for them. But unfortunately, he did get skinned a little bit by Marcus Rashford down that side. But that's the thing. Villa are a good side. We went into this game knowing that Aston Villa, are a good side. They're a good team that can really cause you problems. So, we knew that. We knew that from the start. And to get the win as well is massive. It's massive. Danny says, United paying the refs. Listen. It's, to me, it was one of those. It could be given, it could not be given. You've seen them given. That's the category I put that one in. There is contact between the two players, whether it's accidental or on purpose, you don't know. But ultimately, it's one of those where you've seen them given. It's not the worst. It's not the worst decision in the world, in my opinion. KSI says, Kieran, anyone on? I won't be able to get anyone on. As I said, it won't be the longest stream, KSI, but I will get people on for the next one. Don't worry. I know recently my streams, I haven't actually been getting people on the calls as usual, but I will be getting them back on soon. Don't worry about that. Kobe says, when Martinez dived the right way, I nearly threw up. I mean, usually when that happens with a Bruno Fernandes penalty, it gets saved, but he put it right in the corner. Fair play to him, and it's just the perfect start to 2021 to have a Bruno Fernandes penalty win us a football match. It's just a perfect start to 2021. Matthew said De Gea kept us in the game today, lad. LSR Owen says, any comment on De Gea nearly costing us the title? I think that is a bit far. But, I think De Gea played very well today. You have to say, I have to agree with Matthew on this one. De Gea had a fantastic game today. Made some really good saves. Actually, something which we've seen from David De Gea quite a few times. So really, really happy that he's getting back to form, because a lot of people were actually doubting him at the end of last season. I remember sitting in a pub with my good friend Danny after David De Gea made 2 mistakes in the FA Cup semi-final and saying, is he finished? And he's come back well. He's come back well, De Gea. As Kobe says here, De Gea back to his best. He's come back well, to be fair to him. He has done very well. KSI says, can the so-called PE teacher win the league? Yeah, well, that would be a bit of a dampener on all those haters. I'm not going to lie. It would be a bit of a dampener for them if the PE teacher came and won the league. And not only that, but even won the Carabao Cup. We're still in that. So you've got to remember, there's still a lot of time left in this season. So we could easily bottle it. But you've got to enjoy it while it lasts. You really have to enjoy it while it lasts. And also shout out to Dave Evans. I just saw he joined. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, mate. As always, my friend. But if you are new around here, please make sure you hit that like button as well. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. But yeah, I think for me, Eric Bailly, I'd have to give him man of the match over everyone. I thought, defensively, he was absolutely solid. And is a player which we know is so good. He's just a good defender, and with Maguire, he got 8 clean sheets out of his last 11, and that's not what do you say? That's not a coincidence. It really isn't a coincidence that that's happened. So you wonder why we don't play that partnership more often, or Ollie, plays that partnership more often. And I would hate to think that when Lindelof gets back fit, he goes straight back into the side, because clearly Eric Bailly is our best centre back right now. Clear, and if he can't see that, then there really is something wrong, and he needs to book a trip to Barnard Castle as soon as possible. Matthew says, Man City should be kicked out of the cup. Well, listen, let's not get into that yet. Let's not get into that. Man City is the next game, sorry. Man City is the next game, so it's going to be tough. Carabao Cup semi-final, Old Trafford. Going to be a big one. It really is going to be a big one. Danny says, fair play to United and De Gea, getting some streaky luck before the inevitable crash in form again. Listen, well, if there is going to be a crash in form, I'm going to lap it up. I'm going to lap this run of good form up as much as possible. Trust me. I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts. Listen, you've got to be happy with the way we're playing right now. Unless you're not a United fan, in which case, I guess you'd be so frustrated that we keep getting lucky wins. But I'm going to take them all day long. And ultimately, champions don't have to be the best team. They can be one of the luckiest teams as well. So I'm looking. If we can do the same thing against Burnley, because we need to win that game against Burnley. That's a big game right now, or coming up. If we can win the game against Burnley, we'll go into that Liverpool game ready to upset the apple cart, really. Kobe says, Bruno injured, and if not, why was he brought off with 5 minutes left? I'm not sure, Kobe. I think Bruno Fernandes was brought off with 5 minutes left. I think who replaced him actually? Dan James. Dan James replaced him. I think it was just a precaution. I don't think Bruno Fernandes was actually injured. I think Solskjaer was just so worried that Bruno Fernandes was going to pick up an injury that it was better just to take him off after 5 minutes. So I think that's probably why he did it. I don't think there is an injury there. Obviously, we'll find out tomorrow whether there was any injury. I don't think there was. I couldn't see any sort of injury. So I don't think there was an injury there. But fingers crossed we're right. Fingers crossed there is no injury to worry about there. But yeah, listen. He's just happy with the... What? Oh, shit. My bloody camera's gone off. Anyway, yeah, Bruno Fernandes is not injured, Kobe. I don't think he is injured. And as I said, we'll find out more information about that tomorrow. But yeah, David De Gea is a good show, actually. David De Gea's performance, I thought he was fantastic. Made some really interesting saves, some really good saves. Again, my friggin' thing's coming out. This is not ideal. I can't see the comments now. Oh, what's going on? Right. Iron Man, thanks for joining us. I can't wait to see City line up versus Chelsea. Rashford is my king of the match, says Iron Man. I'll tell you what, Rashford as well didn't do badly today, but the only thing I'll say with Rashford is that his decision-making can be poor at times, and we've said it a lot of times throughout the season, actually, that he gets into a lot of good positions, but it's his final touch or pass or shot that just isn't up to scratch. And obviously against Wolves, he got the all-important goal, but at the same time, when he does get into those positions and he looks to fire, he does sometimes, not make the right decision, or he puts too much on the final pass. And that's something which he needs to work on, because if he could shoot, he would have a lot of goals. He'd have a lot more goals under his belt. I know he did well last season, I should say. But to be fair, that was because he was really the only number 9. So all the goals were going to come through him. But now you've got, Martial there. You've got Fernandes there. Obviously, Cavani as well. And it was good to see us win without Cavani. He's obviously got a 3-match ban for the tweet that he put out, or the Instagram he put out, of course. But yeah, I thought Rashford played alright today. It's just his decision making can be a little bit questionable. Kobe says, don't think he is because he was fuming. He was brought off. Yeah, I did see he was shaking his head a little bit, to be fair. He was shaking his head a little bit, and that's a sign of a good player, a hungry player who wants to play. He was disappointed about being taken off, but he played well overall. He should have had a few more assists. And again, sometimes he plays the balls up to Rashford. He puts him in a really good position, and then the shot just isn't good enough, or the final ball just isn't good enough. So that is something that I always think about when I think about Bruno Fernandes, is that he could have had a lot more assists than he actually does. If you actually look at the way he plays and what he does going forward, he should have a lot more assists than he does. But even when we are clinical, we're not clinical enough, if that makes sense. And Dave, don't worry, I'm not going to mute you, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry, Dave. It's good to have you in. Good to have you in. About the new Chelsea bra, lots of support but no cups. That is a fantastic joke. That is fantastic. It really is. That's joke of the night. If I had an award for joke of the night, I'd give it to you, sir. That is joke of the night. Danny says Martial may have scored today, but it's worrying that Martial may have scored today, but it is worrying that he has half of Kurt Zuma's goal tally this season. Yeah, it is worrying. He's not really got to his. He hasn't really, found his feet or found the form that he showed last season. He hasn't really found that. But it is something that he needs to work on, really. But as we saw today, when he is in and around the goal, he can be clinical. And today, he showed that. And obviously, in recent games, he hasn't really had the same sort of opportunities as he had last season. But that was a fantastic header from him, point blank. He needed to keep that down, put it past Martinez. And that's the sort of thing you need when you're going for titles and you're going for top 4. You need those sort of little moments where even when you're on a bad run of form, you can just come across and not put it in the back of the net. Dazza's Football Stand. Thanks for joining, Dazza. Make sure to check out Dazza's Football Stand if you haven't already. Brilliant stuff on there. Big win. Huge win, Dazza. 100% agree. Huge win for United tonight. Puts us joint top with Liverpool as well, which is, obviously the biggest story of the night, really. And we have a game in hand. So if they do slip up to Southampton, which we're all hoping that they do, then who knows where we'd be? Who knows where we'd be? Well, we'd be in the same position we are now. We do know where we'd be. But if they do slip up to Southampton, that Liverpool game becomes absolutely huge. And if we can win that Burnley game, we will go into the Liverpool game 3 points ahead of them as well. So that's massive. So if Southampton could do us a favour, that'd be brilliant. Kobe says, Martial been taking lessons from Cavani with that header. Yeah, he kept it down nicely. He really did keep it down nicely, Martial. Obviously, Martinez did kind of sell himself a little bit in the goal, but it was a well-taken header. He had to get down. Obviously, there were quite a few bodies in the way as well, so he could have easily kind of scuffed it or mistimed his header. But fair play to him. He got it on target, put it down low. Very difficult for the keeper to save from such close range. So Martial, you can see he's got that quality, he's got that clinical finish in him. We just don't see it often enough from him, and maybe it's because we don't give him good enough service, but we know he's got that sort of finish in him, so it's encouraging to see that. We just want to see it more, really. Sirius says, why did Villa Brokes drink from a saucer? Because the cup's always in Manchester. Yeah, love that. Matthew says Martial's overrated. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think, Martial is quite highly rated by the United fan base, but today he showed why. A brilliant finish from him, and actually, I think recently you can't dispute that he's been a very good, addition to the squad right now. I say addition to the squad as if he's a new signing. He's been a very good asset to us this season, especially in the last few games. I feel like when he came on against Wolves, he added a much-needed impetus to our game, and actually that helped us get over the line in the end. So I would say in some ways he's overrated, but in some ways I'd probably disagree with what you have to say there, Matthew. But hey, all opinions matter, so don't worry. We can all disagree, we can all agree, and we can all get along as well, which is fantastic. Owen says dub. Yeah, it's a dub. Dazza Cohen is an absolute dub. It really is. But guys, if you want to leave your thoughts in the live chat, please do feel free to do that. And also leave your thoughts in the comment section below if you're watching as a video. I know we get a few people watching on the replay, so thank you very much for doing that as well. If you are doing that, really do appreciate it. And leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I always interact with the comments, so please do let us know what you're thinking. Dazza, there won't be any calls tonight, unfortunately, mate. I won't be live for too much longer, so I won't be able to take any calls. But for the preview of the next game, I'll definitely be taking some calls, mate, so don't worry about that. Just want to say as well, also, I've got some work coming up for university, so I will be kind of slowing down the uploads a little bit, and probably the videos won't be as long. So, yeah, that's that. So, yeah, just expect that maybe. Charlie Taylor's joined us. Charlie, I hope you enjoyed that 2-1 victory, my friend. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Lovely nighttime viewing for you. Lovely viewing before you go to bed. Another lucky win, he says. Yeah, well, listen. For me, it wasn't a lucky win. We fully deserved to win that game. No doubt about it in my mind. Fully deserved to get the 3 points. Villa were decent. I'm not saying they were bad, and I think they were unlucky. We made some good blocks, and Jack Grealish, as one of the commenters said up there, was phenomenal tonight. He was brilliant, but just wasn't good enough, was he? Just wasn't good enough. And we defended very well, I think. You can't deny that. We defended very well indeed. So happy with it. I mean, I'm not complaining. I don't mind. If we win 1-0 for the rest of the season, I really do not care. I do not give a monkeys, because we will win the title that way. So that's my feeling towards it. But I mean, the penalty was debatable, I think, was a little bit debatable. I thought, as I said previously, it's one of those where you've seen it given. You've seen that penalty given. If it was 50-50, I feel like if it wasn't given, you could understand why. And if it was given, you could also understand why. So for me, I feel like the referee and VAR probably got it right, in my opinion. They probably got it right just about. And also, I knew it wasn't going to be overturned because there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it on VAR. And there was contact. I'm not sure whether Pogba kicked his own leg or whatever, but there was definitely contact. I saw some contact in there. I don't know who gave away the penalty, actually. I can't remember who it was, but there was definitely contact there. So I wouldn't say it was a bad decision. Maybe that's because I've got my Man United tinted glasses on, but I wouldn't say it was a bad decision at all. But I think I've seen them not given as well. So you could argue that's a bit lucky, but I'll take that all day long. Don't worry about that. Charlie says another debatable pen makes a change. Yeah, it does. It does make a little bit of a change, doesn't it? Bruno Fernandes scoring a penalty as well to win us a game in 2021. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Picking off where we left off in 2020. Beautiful, beautiful scenes. Let's forget about my red card prediction. Yeah, listen. That didn't... I mean, to be fair, Eric Bailly's challenge, one of his challenges, looked like it could have been a red card. He got a yellow card for it, but it looked like potentially another referee could have sent him off. VAR obviously didn't change the decision when he already gave a yellow card because they didn't think it was, bad enough to change it to a red card. But it was a poor challenge from Bailly, actually. I'm not sure if you guys remember watching the game. He kind of let the ball run away from a little bit and went in quite hard. And I think they'd already given offside, but he's continued to go in, even though he could have just pulled out. But that's the craziness of Eric Bailly. He's just a crazy man, honestly. But listen, he's a good defender, so I don't care. As long as he's not giving away penalties, he can do whatever he likes. He blocked Curtin Davis's shot in the 95th minute superbly, and that's the reason why we're coming away with a win and not a draw. Kobe says Douglas Luiz gave the penalty away. Right, Douglas Luiz. I had a lot of Villa fans, chatting to me saying that, he was one of the best DMs in the league. I didn't see much of him tonight. Maybe that's my Man United tinted glasses. I'll take them off. Adam Talksport, thanks for joining. He says, yes, listen, I think Grealish goes down easy. I think, to be fair, most of the fouls that happened to Grealish were fouls. You can't say they weren't. But he does get fouled a lot. And most of the shots you will see of Grealish are of him on his arse, on the grass. That rhymed. Did you know I had a background as a rapper? When Grealish goes down, it usually is a foul, to be fair to him. He's just so quick at changing direction. You just can't tackle him. It's so difficult to tackle him without fouling him. But I thought he was actually pretty good, Grealish. You have to say he played well tonight. But his teammates just couldn't help him. They were wasteful with their chances. In fact, the goal we gave them was such a bullshit goal as well. Just poor defending once again from our part. We never seem to concede good goals. We never ever concede goals which are just like well-worked Barcelona-style goals. We always concede goals where someone's lobbed the ball to the back post, free man, and just fucking hell. But anyway... We won the game, so I'm not going to complain too much. Charlie says, Sancho or Grealish, who would you rather sign? I would probably, right now, go for Jadon Sancho, just because I feel like, even though Rashford's decent, we still need that right winger. It's so obvious in games that Rashford's a good outlet, but we need someone who's got the proper end product. Because if we had someone tonight who had proper end product, we would have scored more goals, no question about that. And I think Jadon Sancho, even though he's not having the best of years, probably would have, assisted, especially towards the end. Villa looked very open, very, very open. But Grealish, if we can get Grealish for, less than 80 million, because I don't think he's worth 80 million to us. He's probably worth more than 80 million to Aston Villa because he's so important to them, but no way is he worth 80 million to Aston Villa. So I would say I'd probably go with Sancho, but it's close. It is close. Kobe says, imagine we get Grealish and have Bruno on set pieces. If we get Grealish, what I'd say is, Paul Pogba would probably have to make way. Van der Beek as well. We brought Van der Beek. Poor Van der Beek hasn't got a minute. Hasn't got a sniff recently. But we're winning games, so I'm not complaining. But he really hasn't got a sniff recently. And also Adam says, Kieran, you look like a chav who steals a bag of rice from Tesco. Thank you for that, Adam. Appreciate that. I'm trying. That was the look I was going for, Adam, to be honest with you. That was the look I was going for. Well, thank you very much for that. Jack says, 21 and coming. Jack Wall, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Make sure you check out his stuff as well. Is it the JR Lab podcast? I'm not sure you're still doing that, but great listen on there. Great interview you did with Reeve. Make sure you check it out on his channel. But Jack, great to hear from you, my friend. Great to hear from you. He says, 20 is coming. Mate, I don't want to get too giddy. But maybe that's what being a football fan is about, getting all excited. But we're level on points with Liverpool. If you told me that at the start of the season, I would have laughed in your face. I would have I would have laughed in your face. I'm going to stick at that. Siri says, how's Oxford Uni going, Kieran? It's going well. Actually, they said to me that they were happy to give me the degree now. But I actually said, you know what, I'll do the next 2 years anyway. I'll finish the course just so, I don't want to make the other people in my course look bad, But I'll hopefully come out with a thermo engineering degree. Of course, I'm lying. Red Devil Studio, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Make sure to check out Red Devil Studio. He says, inject it, Kieran. Inject it, G, my friend. Yes, G. Love that. He says, rival fans already saying we cheated. But As you know, as Man United fans, that's the perfect way. That's how we like it. We like to see the rival fans sold. It's what you live for. It's what you live for as a Man United fan. 2-1, Bruno Fernandes penalty. You couldn't write it. You could not write a better script for the start of 2021. And if this is a sign of what are things to come in 2021, then it's going to be a cracking year. It's going to be a cracking year, trust me. Jack says, I'd love to hop on the Liverpool preview, mate, if there's a chance. Of course, Jack. We're always looking for people to come on. And obviously, you've been on the channel before. I remember OG, if any of you guys remember Jack coming on the channel, legend, absolute legend. So yeah, mate, honestly, that Liverpool preview will be a massive video, trust me. So we've got to get the big hitters on, and you're certainly a big hitter, mate. Certainly a big hitter. So definitely, I'll let you know. I don't teach Oxford. I want to clear that up now. I don't teach Oxford. If I did teach Oxford, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be on a beach in Mallorca somewhere. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because it's the coronavirus pandemic. I'd be at home. Matthew says I'd hop on the Liverpool preview, but I have other things to be doing in my time. Well, thank you for that, Matthew. Appreciate that. Isn't this the most important thing? Surely there's nothing more important than my channel. Nothing more important. I'm joking, of course. Sure, he says, when's your next lecture on Professor Kieran? Yeah, I mean, I've got a lecture after this, actually. But, you know, I usually like studying at night because it's just so much more relaxing. I don't really listen in lectures because obviously I already know the stuff. I can just, listen, sit back, listen to some Snow Patrol, and just chill out while the lecturer keeps chatting. I'm not sure how much I'm going to wear out this gag. Adam says, I got so nervous like the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes was one of the most stressful things, especially when Villa just kept coming forward. That block from Eric Bailly as well, what a block it was. Dazza says, great win, Shaw got man of the match for me. I thought Shaw, played well. I think he's someone that we haven't actually mentioned so far on this stream yet, but Shaw did fantastic. Yeah, giving him man of the match, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I don't think it's a bad shout. Red Devil Shooter goes Eric Bailly, man of the match. That's who I gave my man of the match to, actually, was Eric Bailly. But to be fair, there were a few people on that pitch you could give man of the match to. I thought that Pogba actually played well, as Jack says, thoughts on Pogba. I thought Pogba played well. I thought he did, obviously for the first goal, he had a decent part to play, flicking it over the defender, one of his kind of signature moves, if you like. But I thought he was good. He wasn't wasteful. He wasn't too slow on the ball. He actually had a very, very good game. And this is the thing. If we can get the best out of Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes and be clinical up front consistently, we will mount a serious challenge. Make no mistake. We will mount a serious challenge. And maybe, because I've seen a good upturn in performances from Paul Pogba, maybe what Solskjaer said to him is, you know what, mate, we've got a chance at the title here. If you give us 100% to the end of the season, if you want your move, then you can get it. And we might be able to win some trophies together. And maybe that's what he's, maybe that's what he's done. And I hope that is what he's done, and I hope Pogba can continue to turn out these sort of performances. But I do feel bad for Van der Beek in a way, I do. Matthew says Eric Bailly's a god. He is certainly a god. What a baller, man. He's an absolute wall. I mean, you just can't get past him. And I think the pace as well. He provides such a good pace relief for Harry Maguire, who, let's face it, doesn't have pace. I think I'd probably give him a run for his money in a 100-metre race. So, having someone who's, I was going to say Maguire's good positionally, but clearly from crosses he's shocking. But I actually think that Maguire and Bailly partnership is good because Maguire has got Bailly there who he can trust. He's got a centre back next to him who he can trust will sweep up behind him if there is any trouble. So to have that confidence in a centre-back partnership is absolutely amazing. Dave says, god-awful commentator, IMO. I don't know what that... I'm not sure if you're referring to the game or me or what, Dave. But listen, thanks for watching, Dave. It's always great to have you in the chat, Dave. It's always great to have everyone in the chat. But anyway, it's coming up to 30 minutes gone, so I'm probably going to be ending it here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. Please do hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And as I said previously, if you're watching as a video, let us know what your thoughts are on the game in the comment section down below. let us know who is your man of the match, and just anything, any positive vibes. Even if you just want to, celebrate in the comment section, I don't care. Anything you want in the comment section, I'll interact with you guys. But thanks for watching, really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, as I said, and roll on our next game, because if we keep playing like this, if we keep winning games like this, it'll be a fantastic 2021. Thanks for watching, guys, really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Just need to reach over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.